This past weekend, Christy and I had the great gift of having all of this unexpected time with our 9-year-old granddaughter. Originally, we were just going to spend Friday with her up in Oshkosh at the air show at EAA AirVenture, but she wanted to sleep overnight Thursday night, so she came over a day early and slept overnight, and then she wanted to stay overnight Friday night, and then she wanted to stay overnight Saturday night. And it was just great to have all of this unexpected time with her. Now, she comes from a home where there's a ton of love in the home. She gets a lot of love from her mom and dad and her little brother, but I know, and she was able to voice it a little bit, that it can be stressful being a big sister from time to time. So I think she was grateful, even though she comes from a home with tons of love, to just have a little getaway where she could catch her breath and have her own space and everything that came along with it. And in the end, when she went back home and she was excited to go back home to mom and dad and her younger brother, Christy and I spoke about how grateful we were to just be able to provide a space for her to spend some time in, a safe space for her to spend some time in and regroup and catch her breath. In verse 2 of Psalm 61, the psalmist finds himself in a difficult, chaotic, stressful situation in life, praying for some grace to help the psalmist find a way not just above the chaotic waters, but to some higher ground, to regroup and catch the psalmist's breath. All of us who live know that life has many sources of stress. Being a big brother or a big sister is just one of those sources of stress. But all of us who have lived also know the gift, when we pause and pray, of coming to experience grace and love pulling us to some higher ground. Maybe that's in a meaningful and much needed getaway that we take from time to time, away from the stress and busyness of work. Or maybe the gift is found in listening ears and open hearts that hold the space of our stress and anxiety and struggle with real love and patience. Or maybe the gift is found in just a few deep breaths in a very chaotic and stressful moment. All of those are yet more gifts of grace that works in and through our lives in its own time, not just to help us keep our heads above water, but to somehow keep bringing life, all of life, to higher ground. God's peace and blessings to you all.